There is no need to use your mouth at low and moderate intensity exercise. Breathing through the nose is more optimal for engaging the diaphragm. More optimal movement of the diaphragm assists with functional movement. And if you have functional movement, you're less risk of injury. Breathing through your nose during physical exercise, yes, a little bit more challenging, especially over the first few weeks, but after about 4 or 5 weeks of practice, the air hunger diminishes. Look at the benefits of nasal breathing over mouth breathing when it comes to physical exercise. Breathing through your nose will help to prevent dehydration. It's also less trauma to the airways, and this includes reducing the risk of cyclist cough and exercise-induced bronchoconstriction. It helps to keep the airways clear of congestion. And of course, when you breathe through your nose, you're adding an extra resistance to your breathing muscles to help to strengthen them. Breathing through the nose is more optimal for engaging the diaphragm, and more optimal movement of the diaphragm assists with functional movement. Functional movement and functional breathing go together. And if you have functional movement, you're less risk of injury. Breathing through your nose increases oxygen uptake in the blood, and breathing through your nose during physical exercise increases carbon dioxide in the blood to allow hemoglobin to release oxygen more readily to the cells. The fraction of expired oxygen is less with nasal breathing than with mouth breathing. In a study by George Dallam investigating 10 recreational athletes who breathed through their nose during all physical exercise for a period of 6 months, at the end of 6 months, they were able to achieve 100% of their work rate intensity nasal breathing as with mouth breathing, but they had 22% less ventilation. This reflects a saving in economy. In that same study, carbon dioxide in the blood with nasal breathing was 44.7 millimeters of mercury, and with mouth breathing it was 40 millimeters of mercury. The respiratory rate with nasal breathing was 39 breaths per minute, and with mouth breathing it was 49 breaths per minute. So when you switch from mouth to nose breathing during physical exercise, yes, it's a little bit tough at the start, but do it within your limits. It's not about forcefully taking the air in and out of the nose, but it's about adopting your training load to maintain nasal breathing. And the more you continue breathing in and out through the nose, the easier you will find it to be. Your body will adapt to it, the air hunger will diminish, your breathing muscles are getting stronger, you have more functional breathing for functional movement, your recovery will be better. It's worth doing it, even though when you go into any gym, at least 95% of the individuals in there are going to be mouth breathing, even during low to moderate intensity exercise. There is no need to use your mouth at low and moderate intensity exercise. Use your nose. The more you can breathe through your nose, the better your nose will work for you. And your ability to do physical exercise with your mouth closed is reflective of your Bolt score and the size of your nasal cavity. If you have a high enough Bolt score, you will find it easy to maintain nasal breathing during exercise. If you have a well-developed nasal cavity, you will find it easier to maintain nasal breathing. If your nose is compromised, you may need to use a nasal dilator, a little plastic device that you insert into your nose just to help open up the nose to allow easier airflow. To seek out nasal dilators, visit oxygenadvantage.com. Above all else, start breathing through your nose during physical exercise and just see the benefits that unfold for you.